And that's where these come in. These are for worm beds. I said, golly, she's huge. This is the biggest sow we have. We're all loaded up to go to Canton to find new homes for these babies. It's like a big ordeal. We got 2 cages, an awning. Even though we're undercover this time, we got our banner and everything else. Okay. This is a picture of the setup last year at Canton. I didn't take any footage this year because people were interested as soon as we got there this time. We sold out in 3 hours. Now that the babies are gone, we can focus back on the breeders. What I'm checking for is any signs of mastitis. Everybody's moving around and fighting over food. So I don't think we have any problems. These does look awful skinny when they're in milk. So they can gain a little bit more weight back, but I am careful with how much food to give them afterwards because I've been feeding 9 babies alongside them, and now I have to get used to just feeding the breeders again. Now Elise is the one that prolapsed both times that she's had babies, so I don't want to breed her again, but that begs the question, should I keep her? I do want to keep her because she's super nice and curious, and she's usually the one that people can pet when we don't have babies around. But if I sold her as a pet to someone and warned them what would happen if they bred her, hopefully they wouldn't, and I could get another breeder. We just want each of the animals to at least pay for their feed every year. So it does help with the price of goats kind of going down. It would help if I got another breeder. Now Grace, this will be her first year to breed, but she's in good condition to do so. And she's a little skittish, but she's my only Swiss mark. I wanted a Swiss, and she's chocolate. So a lot of people like that chocolate color. Mary throws chocolate a lot. Mary will probably stay the rest of her life. She constantly gives me good sized triplets, and I am not about making these goats smaller. There is a standard. When you make them teeny tiny, they have prolapses if they have triplets all the time, at least. And as far as the bucks, Lefty is a lot smaller than he used to be, but he throws moon spots. And honestly, the hilarity of them and the way we know them and the way they know what they're supposed to do during the day makes me hesitant to replace, and I don't really want to add any bucks. I'll rephrase, Derek doesn't want to add any bucks. Here's what the herd looks like now. It is bittersweet. I do miss the babies. But we'll have more babies out of these 3. First time out of her. And these 2. Been around, I have a problem with rabbits in particular in my garden. Last December, I think, we found a little kitten in the bar ditch. We had her for about 3 months, maybe, and then she ran off and we never saw her again. So I needed some cold-blooded killers, and that's where these come in. They're both boys because they wouldn't adopt a boy and a girl without being neutered and spayed. So they have little vouchers to be neutered when they're old enough. So anyway, cold-blooded killers. This is the face of death. They were only timid for a couple days, and now when we open the shop door, they immediately come up and start purring. Even though when you think of barn cats, you think of maybe feral cats, and I did try through the barn cat rescue, actually 2 different barn cat rescues to get that kind of cat, just to do their job, but still no cats. So if you run a rescue, your job should be to get those cats out of your facility. I've been looking for cats for a long time. I can't just not let them in my shop. I don't mind them being in my shop. So they're just gonna be indoor, outdoor, and they're still gonna do their job. I promise, because they've told me that they will work like they're supposed to. I need a place for them to stay while it's hot in this shop. So they need an outdoor area where they can be before they're neutered. At least if they're outside, they can get a breeze. It's still hot in Texas, but these are barn cats, so they need to be used to the outside. Once they're neutered, then they can go in and out as they please and go do their job. This is a window that the catio is going to have an opening for, probably just right here. And I have like a platform here so they can just walk out into the catio. And then it's going to go 4 foot around this window and come out about 37 inches. The sheep love to use this like slope here because this is the first spot that's shaded about 2 o'clock when they went up. I didn't want to completely block them off, so I just gave them a little spot. Since this is on a slope, we need to fill that in and at least bring it up to level, because I built it level, or square, my version of square. And I have done a terrible job of videoing as I work on the catio. It'll probably mainly be in the next video, so make sure you're subscribed. Since recording this, Derek was not happy with how it wasn't that level, so we're gonna work on it more, and that will also be in the next video. Mavis says, nope, this is mine. She loved it when we kept her in a little pen in the barn the year that the boys were overbreeding her. She did not want to leave. Like, she'd get out for the day and then she'd be like, okay, I'm ready for my little 4x4 pen away from the boys. We weren't very close to finishing the catio yet, and I wanted them to at least get up to the window. So I ordered a cat tower, and it was only $37 on Amazon. It was a really good deal, I felt like. But the kittens helped me the whole time. Here's the finished tower, and I moved it against my workbench so that they could get to the window. Over the past 2 days, we've gotten a little over 2¼ inches of rain. Yesterday, it was raining pretty hard, and we went to see the new Accountant movie. I would recommend it. Of course, it's not as good as the first one, but it was a pretty good sequel. Right now, I need to get the rabbits cleaned up. Yeah, you're not a bunny. You may notice the totes under the rabbits. I am going to start a worm farm. That way we have worms to fish with, and also I can put them in my garden. I've just been watching the totes through the rainy season to make sure that they don't fill up with too much water. I think changing the order of the totes is going to help with the moisture issues during the rainy season, but we shouldn't be in it too much longer. I'd give us another couple weeks. Worms are kind of expensive, so I don't want to drown them out. Alright, we're all clean. These are for worm beds. Now, when it's raining, they fill a little bit with water and it stinks, and there's little flies all over it. If there's biting flies that are irritating the rabbits, I won't do it. If it just stinks too much, I won't do it. But anyway, I plan on putting worms in here. Speaking of worms for fishing, Derek also likes to go and get a bunch of bait fish to fill the stock tanks with. He got flathead minnows and bluegill just to make sure the big fish has something to eat, and the bluegill are also fun to catch.
Did that big one come up or no? There was one, I don't know what it was, but it was like that big. It was huge compared to the other one.
Almost stepped on that snake. I'm gonna identify that. Whew. Oh my gosh. Oh, my heart's still going. I said, golly. That's my dad reaction there. I know what my sister would have said, just burn it down. But it is a plain-bellied water snake. And that is exactly why we have this book. If we were to get bit, we need to know so we can tell whoever's giving us the antitoxin. So that snake did not rear up like a cottonmouth would, so I figured that's what it was. Plus we've had tons of those. We have big stock tanks and they like to eat little fish and frogs. Alright, Fleur here is dangerously close to having babies. She is our petunia, bred to Albus or Atlas. So, hey, Fleur. Okay. And here's Madame Pomfrey update. She's feeling great. We are we're the only ones with a petunia line in Texas. She's one of our biggest sows. She took a while to breed back, but most of them did for some reason. And we are not the only breeders to have that problem. She's getting close. Still, hopefully, she's huge. This is the biggest sow we have. And we still have this pen set up from Madame Pomfrey being sick. The other pigs are hungry. So we just put some straw in there and some of those absorbent pellets because it just rains so much. So she's ready to go. Huggish piglets have been coming along nicely. They're about 6 weeks old now, and there are 2 gilts that look really good and can be sold as breeders. This little girl was pick of the litter, and she is going to Oklahoma. This is our other Grace Atlas gilt that looked really good. She has a 6x6 teat line, and she is still for sale up until about the 24th. So if you're interested, email us at specialplaceranch@gmail.com. And her details are available on our website, www.specialplaceranch.com. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload Wednesdays and Sundays, and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.